Why, hello there. My camera is a little bit reversed. I can't tell which way I'm pointing. How are you all doing today? I am Scott, community manager for another Eden the Cat Beyond Time and Space. It is time for another Eden Live. How is everybody in the chat doing today? Yes, the ex-gamer says it right there. No spoilers, please, for anybody who has seen the Japanese stream already. Welcome, everybody. Wryz, Stephanie, Gwendolyn, Arnell, Clambo, Austin, Giraldi, Melody, Hikari Netto, Kenny, Ruben. Welcome to everyone. Thank you all for being here. We've got a lot to talk about today on this fine spring evening, this 9 p.m. Japan time, 12 p.m. UTC time, a little bit later than we're used to. Let's get into it. The first thing we're going to talk about, of course, is, as we said, part 3 of the Wryz Saga. Here is the trailer.
I've been thinking about my legend and who I'm leaving it behind for. I want it to be for the ordinary people. You know, the ones who ain't nothing special. That's why. Yeah, that's why I want to save the world.
There it is. Episode 3 of the Wryz Saga is The Mists of Myth. That is the title of episode 3. What do you think? First reaction to our trailer. See, one says so well made. I think I saw somebody say while the trailer was playing, save the world, it's just an island. Well, it just starts with an island. What do you think is going to happen after the island is gone? What's going to happen next? First the island, then the world. Glad you all enjoyed the trailer. Let's do a little bit of a recap, shall we? This is going to conclude the Wryz Saga, so we want to look back at episodes 1 and 2. Here are some screen grabs you might remember from episodes 1 and 2. Or not, if you haven't played it yet. And now we've shown the key visual art a few times in previous streams, but now it is finally complete with this character I'm pointing to my right, so this is weird. Way over here, that end of the screen where my arm disappears into. We'll get to him more in a second. In fact, let's zoom and enhance right there. Here's a synopsis of the Mists of Myth. Dramatic trailer voice. The divine spear has awoken. The great worm stands. Twin weaves of fate seek to intertwine. As Wryz and her allies prepare for their final battle, a dragon god from faraway Isle appears before them, and then a gate to the underworld appears. The dragon exile strides forth with her beloved comrades and her bonded dragon by her side, to avert a future of drowned in darkness, to leave her a name in legend, to finish a saga for the flowers yet to bloom. Do flowers equal purgatory? I don't know. Interesting theory. Some people excited about the prospect of a new husbando. Indeed. Here, let's take a look at some of the new areas you'll be going to. We're just flying right through like a dragon, you might say. A new area, the Dragon's Spine. We're actually going to talk a little bit more about riding on a dragon shortly. But here you truly are on the Dragon's Spine. Nice to see, Tiramisu. I agree. Don't tease you. Well, how did I tease you? Oh, with we'll get to that later, perhaps. But this is the Dragon's Spine. The next area is a bit of a mystery area, actually. You'll just have to play the game to find out the name of this area. But what we can tell you is that it is a mysterious land illuminated by a brilliant full moon. Its various plateaus are separated by steep cliffs. It seems many types of creatures live here. Perhaps even some familiar faces? Who's this? This guy. This guy right here. That sharp. Ow! Sharp. Yeah, we see our friend, the Nopa there. Nopa? No Pio? No Peo? How do you all pronounce Nopa? N-O, the people Aldo and his gang are talking to in the screenshot over here. Nopa, no pew. No pa you. No pa you. No pow. No. Cat paw. No paw as in cat paw. I say no paw. I think that appears to be the consensus here, but I see a lot. I mean, it's barely a consensus. It looks like there's a lot of no pews. That's how I'm reading P-E-W. N-O-P-E-W. I'm reading as in like pew 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 pew. Make a poll. Your wish is my demand, Silver Concerto. I'll make a poll. Let's see. Anketo kaishi. How do you pronounce? No, hold on. How do we spell that backwards? There we go. Nope, that's not it. There we go. No paw. No. You. Got another one. No. Po. As in nouveau. We'll add one more. Okay. There's the poll. Let me know. No pau. No pau, like Hawaiian for finished. Pau. All pau. Kind of like that, no pau. Should put that as a poll. No pa you, no pow, no po, no pa, no pon, pew pew, new po. That's. I mean, it's also one of those things that it's like I've never thought. Sometimes you don't even imagine a pronunciation for a word that you've only read. And then when you're forced to have to think of a pronunciation, it's a little mind-blowing. Does in fact look like no paw is the consensus here by a wider margin than I thought. No paw, number 1, no pew, number 3, actually, no po at number 2, and other kind of rounds out our poll here. Well, thanks for that. I will continue with no paw. And speaking of continuing, let's continue on to meet that mysterious caped, staffed figure. What appears to be perhaps another broody boy. Kuchinawa, voiced by Joshua Manning, the Darkrealm's silver-tongued serpent. Now, I'm going to tell you, the first time I heard this guy's voice, I wasn't something I was expecting, to be honest. But then when I learned more about him, I thought, this makes sense. Kuchinawa, a loquacious, easy-talking salesman of the Darkrealm. He exudes an untrustworthy aura and is always looking to make a deal, though his wares are all caveat emptor. His motto is, anything's fine, as long as it's fun. We lost. Yes, I realized that just about every time we have a stream, there's always two camps. There's Team Waifu and Team Husbando, and one usually leaves the stream more excited, hyped than the other team. This time, Team Husbando is the one who is rewarded. Sorry, Team Waifu. Maybe next time. As if I don't know. Actually, I don't. We have a comment. Oh, actually, we have a comment here from the designer Yukasato, who of Kuchinawa says, looking at his concept, I thought that he was a rare type of wacky character for another Eden, and I had a lot of fun designing him. He's a flavorful, quirky character for sure. I discussed his costume, accessories, expressions, etc. many times with the scenario team, and we came up with the figure he is now. And here he is, unexpectedly a high-heeled man. The only regret I have about the design is that the smoking pipe he originally had was lost for various reasons. Don't smoke. But I think we have created a very good, quirky character. I mean, you guys do you, but just, you know. His animations and effects were also carefully designed, so it's very fun just to look at. His dialogue is packed full of character, so I hope you will welcome him and enjoy his quirks to the fullest. So there we go. We'll dive a little bit deeper into this character a little bit later, but before we do, let's move on to new features. First, you're going to actually be able to ride the heavenly dragon that you raised. During the storyline, you can ride the heavenly dragon that you have raised. As I said, he will support Arcadia's adventures with a variety of actions, such as flying over cliffs, destroying obstacles with his claws, and kicking up the wind to clear out miasma. The abilities learned in Wryz Saga 2 may also come into play. Next new feature, Wryz, her Stellar Awakening is here. After clearing the story, a new book will be added to the Astral Archive. By clearing this content, you can obtain the Dragon Exile Star Chart, which is required for Wryz's Stellar Awakening. Finally, Wryz will be Stellar Awakened, her level cap will be raised, and she'll be able to learn new abilities and the Stellar skill. Looks like we have some excitement for this one. You know, I was in rehearsal earlier today, and even in rehearsal, as I was going over all of these slides, and even before that, days ago when I was first going over these slides, didn't even notice this GIF was animated. I don't know why. I'm only now realizing her skill is on display here. Obviously, game screen is under development. Is this invisible? Yep, this chalice is invisible again. In addition to the new features, sipping tea. I'm just saying. Or what is it? But that's not my business. Let's move on because we have some new music. This first one actually isn't new music. It's the third part of the song that has been the theme to this this episode, this saga, the For the Flowers Yet to Bloom. Let us take a lesson. Not a lesson. I need a lesson in speaking. Let's take a listen. Bring this background music down. Once again, that is For the Flowers Yet to Bloom, vocals and lyrics by Kanako Kotera, and the music by Shigeki Hayashi of the Right Flyers sound team. Right Flyer Studios sound team. Next up, we have The Living Earth, an actual new track, The Living Earth, music by Kan Inoue of the Right Flyer Studios team. Once again, The Living Earth, music by Kan Inoue of the Right Flyer Studio team. And finally, and this one we're just going to keep on a loop for the rest of the stream here. The Mists of Myth, music by Takeshi Yamagami of the Right Flyer Studios sound team. right, let me bring the music level down here. I'll let that loop just to kind of have a little bit of a refreshing audio experience for us as we continue this stream. I'm going to let that loop. I ask this question on most streams nowadays just to make sure that everybody's paying attention. Whenever I talk about an update, whenever we introduce new features or, you know, the new story, things like that, what is the number one question that everybody always has? What is the number one question on your mind about the update? Release date, says Jack. When is it coming out? Says Advent Life. When, Hen, says Guguig974. Assuming they meant when. Daniel says when. Update when, release date. So, yes. Yes, that is in fact the question. I do have an answer for you. And that answer is March 21st. 2 days from now, that is this week, Thursday, the Wryz Saga Episode 3, The Mists of Myth, will release. Pause for applause. Would be cool to do this in front of a live audience one day, so I could actually hear immediate feedback. But I'm content just to be here with you all. Let's talk a little bit more about the version 3.6.0 update. First, as I said before, we're going to dive a little deeper into the character of Kuchinawa. An encounter with this character will be added in version 3.6.0. Let's see a trailer.
I got you an offer you can't refuse. Step right up, folks. I got the deal of the century. Oopsie daisy. Cuts. The Mists of Myth. Another Eden. The cat beyond time and space.
So I think some of you had the same reaction I had, which I mentioned earlier, that I didn't expect that voice, but after reading, you know, we read before that he's an, quote, easy talking salesman, so that makes sense for the character, which is really cool. Just take a moment here to appreciate this art again. See some of those, see these heels he's rocking there, adding a little height. I've got the deal of a century. Is that what he said? Time for everybody's favorite strategic crunchy segment. That's right, it's time for Backy's Battle Tips, Kuchinawa edition. First, the link effect of his unique skill is the key. Stack Snake Sign on all your enemies. First unique skill, Sign of Devastation. Preemptive grant, link to all party members and type resistance of all enemies down 50%. 5 turns. This is the part where I have to control my breathing. In Torn Earth, stance magic resistance of all enemies down 50%. Link effect on ally attack. Inflict elemental break. Earth 3 stacks and 1 snake sign on target. If Earth type or Arcadia ally, increase stat count by 3. If an enemy has 9 Snake Sign, stack Serpent Whisper on Kuchinawa. I did not realize how difficult that would be to say. Snake Sign, stack Serpent Whisper on Kuchinawa. Sally sells seashells by the seashore. With Serpent Whisper, at turn end, consume Serpent's Whisper to deal Earth-type magic on all enemies times 3, XL times 16, and consume all Snake Sign on all enemies. As an Earth-type magic attacker and supporter, he plays a key role in Earth-type parties. Skill, Bloodsucker, Earth-type magic attack on a single enemy times 4 M and restore all party members' HP by 30%, MP 10%. In Torn Earth stance, restore amounts increased times 2. Shadowed Mood, users max MP plus 50% and magic damage increased based on magic MP for 5 turns. Torn Earth stance, restore users' MP by 50%. Piercing Stones, Earth-type magic attack on all enemies times 3 and inflict poison and pain. Persistent, ignore target defenses. And party's magical critical rate plus 100% for 3 moves and enter Stalking mode. Strength increase based on number of debuff types afflicting the enemy. Max 8 for times 8. In Stalking mode, strength increase times 2 and dispel Stalking mode. He has a powerful Stellar skill, which makes the enemy weak to Earth type for the next turn after Stellar Burst. The Stellar skill, River of Snakes, after unlocking Stellar skill plus. There. Preemptive Earth type attack on all enemies times 3, double XL, and power down 50%, intelligence down 50%, and speed down 50%, and endurance down 50%, and spirit down 50%, 5 turns. In Stellar Burst, strength increased times 40. And at turn end, inflict all enemies with exposed Earth for 1 turn. Additional ability, after unlocking ability plus, at battle start in the front line, inflict elemental break Earth 3 stacks on all enemy and users magic critical damage plus 30% until turn end. Stellar Burst boost, after unlocking Stellar skill plus, activate upon Stellar Burst when shadow power is greater, extend deploy in another zone by 3 turns. All them debuffs. I could use somebody who's got that kind of debuffing ability. Here we go. Use his unique skill to stack Snake Sign on the enemy. If all frontline allies are Earth type, Torn Earth stance can be deployed from the beginning of the battle. Battleable allies include Sarius, Porcelain Pixie Munhwa, Uella AS, and Milsha NS. His Stellar Burst can inflict exposed Earth, so you can expect to deal even more damage with another force afterwards. And there you go. Thank you once again for those incredible battle tips, Becky. Now let's talk about some banners. First, we have a Fateful Encounter for Kuchinawa. Kuchinawa will be Stellar Awakened as a pickup bonus. Encounter after Stellar Awakening to receive an additional 10 shadow points. The 5-star class Kuchinawa will appear at a rate of 10% on the 10th counter. Then we have a 2x max Fateful Encounter Magic Secrets Edition. Featured 5-star class characters will appear at a 10% encounter rate, including both of our Broody boys there. On the 10th encounter, there is no pickup bonus on this one. I believe both of these are through the same... Yeah, both of these will be running through April 14th at 2:59 p.m. Then we have a campaign. Today's special item is increasing. To celebrate the release of the Wryz Saga 3, today's item will be increased. You can get up to 400 Chronos Stones between March 20, that's tomorrow, at least my time it is, March 20, 3 p.m., and March 28th, 3 p.m., roughly, UTC. Today's items will be increased to 50 Chronos Stones. Then we have a release campaign. If you clear the episode, The Mists of Myth, you can get up to 1,000 Chronostones. Please remember, this is also ongoing for Wryz Sagas 1 and 2. If you haven't completed those yet, you can still get the release campaign rewards for finishing those. That's a total of 3,000 if you haven't started any of them. I'm trying to hold back a sneeze if I'm being honest. The Hinoki pollen has started a few days ago and it is killing me. And if I pause, I know I often pause kind of awkwardly, if I pause more awkwardly more often, I apologize. It's me holding a sneeze and deciding whether or not to mute the microphone. Let's summarize version 3.6. Version 3.6 update releases March 21st. The episode Mists of Myth, Wryz Saga from the Wryz Saga 3. Wryz Saga concludes with this episode. We will meet a new character, Kuchinawa. Wryz can be stellar awakened at the end once you've completed in the content unlocked after clearing the Wryz Saga 3 storyline. Fateful Encounter Kuchinawa and Fateful Encounter Magic Secrets Edition will be released. There will be some new areas, including the Dragon Spine and a mystery area. A new feature, being able to ride the Heavenly Dragon. Today's item will be increased to 50 Chrono Stones for a total of 400. Once again, that period begins on March 20th, which is tomorrow. Plus, up to 1,000 Chrono Stones for playing Wryz Saga 3, and 2,000 for playing Wryz Sagas 1 and 2. That's 1,000 each, of course, assuming you haven't already collected those rewards. That does it for the update. I do want to tell you something that's coming around the corner here very soon. We have the 7th anniversary. Ooh, 7. Wow. 7th anniversary character popularity vote coming up. Now, what I'd like to do right now is give you all an opportunity to strategize, to campaign, perhaps, for your nominated, who you believe should be a character popularity vote. Now, notice, anything you do here and anything people say here in this chat does not count at all. You can participate in-game, and in fact, you will be able to participate from the update. I may have a note from the producer here. Nope. You will be able to participate in the character popularity vote from the March 21st update. It's 3.6.0. And you can also receive 100 Chrono Stones for participating. So be sure to cast your votes, not just for the Chrono Stones, but to get your character up there. Perhaps you feel like your character has been snubbed every year after year. Well, one thing you can do is vote. The other thing you can do, as I said right here, is campaign for your character. So you have until I finish my water from my invisible kind of cup to launch your campaign. All right. Am I waterbending from this? No, it's just, I've kind of recently changed. As you can see, I probably should have done a better job because I've got some shadow right here fuzzing out on my green screen. But yeah. All right, so once again, the 7th anniversary character popularity vote, you'll be able to participate in that from the March 21st update. So get ready for that and get a couple Chrono Stones and get your character into the finals. The results of this will be announced at a later date. Also, a reminder that we have the Another Eden Art Contest 2024 ongoing. This was announced, I believe, in our last stream. The submission period was started on February 22nd. We still are accepting submissions through March 21st until 2:59 p.m. UTC. So be sure to participate in that if you haven't already. And just as a little bit of inspiration, I'm going to introduce to you some of the art that the staff actually came up with. Let's take a look. First, we have this piece by Y of the art team. You'll notice some Some of our team members are a little bit more anonymous than others. Title of this work is Ogre Rancorum. It's got a name. And Y says of this one that it's another take on that El Seal scene. Another perspective, perhaps, from the perspective of Ogre Rancorum. And is Ogre Rancorum sweating there? Looks like they're sweating. Next up, from the promotion team, you submitted this piece, Dragon Child, and they comment, getting stronger alongside the Dragon Child was a very memorable experience, so I created this piece. Give it up for you. Next, long-time viewer/listeners of Another Eden Live may remember Justin from our English team, who came up with this. I'm going to assume that it's by looking at how it's spelled in the font that it's used, that's being utilized here. I'm going to assume it's pronounced Melpifia. Or maybe Melpifia. Something like that. Since Melpy likes to headbang, I figured if she ever ended up in our world, she might front a heavy metal band. And this is the logo for that band. So they do go around asking. I have a bit of a confession, and this happened last year too. The staff on the promotion team every year asks some staff members to submit some artistic creations in order to serve as inspiration for our fans who might want to submit works of art. Because as is laid out in the requirements and the details of this project, it doesn't have to just be a drawing. It can be anything, and we just want to give people different ideas of what they can do. Just have inspiration. If you still haven't made a work, maybe you are a different kind of artist, please get involved. They often ask me to get involved, and I remind them regularly that I have no pen to paper artistic ability, so I tend to pawn it off on my son, who for the second year in a row has probably outdid anything that I could do in terms of in drawing. So this is his creation here, Mail Cat Delivery Links, from English community manager Scott, 8-year-old son. And when asked for comment, meaning the other day when I went to downstairs to just ask him, can you give me a comment? He said, I think I got much better. And you could see, I don't think we posted this on the English side last year. I think this was posted from the Japanese AE staff account last year. This is what he did last year. I actually have it. Here. There we go. I don't know why the yellow is kind of getting caught by the green screen there. Actually, I think I can make myself bigger. Hold on. There we go. There you are. And then also, ooh, this is too much. I'm too big. I'm taking over the screen. Also, my parents were in town visiting, and they decided, my mom was watching my son make one. She decided to draw one too. So here's a bonus one, a bonus piece. I don't know how well you can see that. The light is kind of, light is hitting that too hard. There we go. So yeah, that one, this one. Now you can see it kind of well. You can see that a little better, I think. That one's for my mom. All right, let's cut me down to size. Next up, A really nice one from the art team A of the art team Moke and Silly Lily, who comments, "They are my favorite duo with their hilarious and cute interactions." Some Moke fans in the chat. I believe there's always some Moke fans in the chat. Moke fans everywhere, because I believe Moke won the mascot contest on last year's popularity contest. Speaking of the popularity contest, and actually, I believe there was a statistic, if I remember correctly, that they would have gotten placed, like, I think, or they did place in the top 10 of, like, just straight up characters. So there you go. And finally, speaking of Moke, we have this one made by a member of our analysis team, T, who titles this "White Fluffers." He said, "I made the Dragon Child as a baby and the Big Moke from wool felt and put them side by side." I believe if you look at our social media, we might have posted this, but there was actually a video of this that pans across, a little video that you could see of these two felt creatures. So once again, if you have any sort of artistic inclinations at all, and even if you're not the most accomplished artist, and you just want to create something to show your enthusiasm, to express your love of any of the characters or the music even, please feel free to submit. Once again, the deadline is coming up real quick, March 21st, 2:59 p.m. UTC. And that, TB Blunt asks, "Can you do videos for art?" Yes, video is a acceptable medium. Make sure that there are no like IP like infringements or anything like that. But otherwise, yeah, video, you can do videos. Please take a look once again at the details. There's if you take a look at, I believe, any of the posts on our Twitter in which we highlight some of our staff, just head to our Twitter or X, whatever you guys are calling it now, and you could see a link to the website. We have a special website that has all the details you need about this. But generally, the mediums are pretty open and free. So feel free to submit anything. All right, cool. That's going to do it for this edition of Another Eden Live. Thank you all so much for coming to hang out with me. There's, I believe, some of you who are keeping an eye on your calendars will know that the next one is probably going to be something pretty special, although we might have something that happens before that next one. Who's to say? Don't know whether or not we'll have one. Something else come up pretty soon. Perhaps there will be a little bit of an announcement coming up. Who's to say? Who knows? I don't know. Just keep an eye on our social media in the next few days. Perhaps somebody will make an appearance. All right, that's going to do it once again for this episode of Another Eden Live. Thank you so much, everybody, for coming and hanging out. It's always a blast to spend time with all of you. Please be kind to each other and have a great morning, afternoon, evening, wherever you are. Bye-bye.